So anyway, this will be our home for the night, and it was listed on iOverlander as a place to stay. Plus, I got to go in and look around a little bit in a little while, throw some fresh clothes on, and go in and check things out. Maybe pick up something. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm sure there's something I do need in there. Okay, I figured I would give you a little video on the pros and cons of this unit. Okay, so we'll just kind of go through things, and we'll I'll just kind of point out the goods and the bads. The one thing that I don't like is it's got a tag axle, which's got an air compressor inside. I'll show you here, and it holds air pretty good, but you can release the air here, and then you pump it up here. You push this down, slow air compressor that sits back in here on the frame, and that will pump it up. And you're supposed to run at about 20 psi, which is fine. It just fills the airbags up, and again, I don't care for that. It would be nice if this bus was right about ended right about in here. But the cons is that you lose the space, and I like having the space. But what happens with this thing now, if you get caught like in some little ruts or whatever, what's going to do is that is going to hang up, and then you're going to have your drivetrains going to these, and then you'll spin. And I had that happen when I parked the boat here the other 3 weeks ago or whatever it was. Now you can't lift this axle all the way up and out of the way like you can on a lot of tag axles. It just stays kind of loose and limber till you pump it up, and then it pushes down and lifts the system up. Now the plan is we'll probably be put some new shocks in on this for sure, in this coming summer. So that's kind of that's kind of a bad thing. The other bad part about it is there's 8 tires to this, 2 here, 2 there, 2 up front, and 2 on the tag. So that part is not not the greatest. This here, we ended up, it was so hard when we pulled the boat. That boat is so heavy, so tongue heavy, it's ridiculous. That is not the trailer for that boat that I had. But that trailer's a 2000 and the boat was a 1983. So that was a different trailer and it was not, I don't think, properly set up. So this really kind of crushed this down a little bit. And I've got to get under in a few days or whatever, and we'll weld that all up and get that all back up. Because sometimes if you hit a really low dip that you go up into a gas station or whatever, you'll actually drag that. You'll actually scuff that. Now, one of the things I really do like, I love having the door on the back. That's great to be able to come in and out on the back. That's really great. I love all the real estate up top for all the solar and a little deck, and then it's got an emergency exit up there so you can get in and out. I love this door. I love that it's power. That's really kind of cool, and I want to run that on a remote control switch, so you can actually open that like with a key fob. The other thing I don't like about any vans, and I've owned a fair share of them, is you can't get to anything here. So difficult to get down in here to try and get to an alternator. You got to tear half this crap out. In a water pump or wherever, you got to take this whole darn thing off and be able to get into there. That's a bad thing. Now the positive part about it, that's really cool, is the doghouse. I love the doghouse because you can get in there and really access stuff pretty well to the engine. And you can actually get, for a transmission swap out, it's actually a little bit easier. As I said, the other nice thing is having this this emergency access thing. And you've seen that we can take that right out of there, and I can get right up on here and jump right up on the deck. That's pretty cool. I like that. The other part about this is, we said it's a little bit longer than maybe we wanted, but look at all the space we've got. And so you have to, there's always pluses and minuses to everything. I mean, all in all, this thing is really a great unit. The other wonderful thing about this, great positive, is it's only got 88,000 miles on it. And it should crank another 100,000 miles without any problem. It's got a 460 engine in it. It's a gas engine. Would it be nice to be a diesel? Well, yeah, it'd be great, but injectors are outrageous, $300-400 a piece. Fuel pump for it is, high pressure fuel pump is outrageous. I put one in a school bus once, cost me $800 just for the fuel pump. So you're kind of looking at that, so really, and diesels are very expensive to have worked on, and I can't do much with diesels. It's just not my thing. I've done a little bit of stuff. I've changed out an injector, but it was a 2-day process, and I had to get an actual puller to get the injector out. And I learned a lot about the stuff, but I do not want to work on that stuff. It's just way too hard to do. Let's see here. What was the other thing? To put the fuel pump in for my school bus, they wanted like $600. So I did it myself. Because again, labor is so outrageous, especially for a diesel mechanic. So this is a 460 gas engine. Okay, the other negative side, only gets 10 miles to the gallon. And if you run 65, you're only getting about 8.5 miles to the gallon. But the positive part of it is if you run 55, you get your 10 miles to the gallon. It's got a lot of power, and parts are really, really cheap for this thing. And again, you give up that because we've got all this real estate inside here and ability to kind of go at it and make it's a blank slate, and you can get in there and just go at it to however you want. Now, one of the other things that's kind of a negative, kind of a positive, is all these windows. Kind of a negative, but again, kind of a positive. This window opens, actually comes out this way. This window here opens, comes out all this way. And the plan will be, for sure, and I think I can get one up in Michigan, is an awning from an RV that I can mount on there, and we'll have an awning on this, which will be really, really nice. I love having the windows, but the negative side is people can see in. You get a lot of people that are able to spot in here when you're, at night, especially when you put the lights on, in here, because the windows are all tinted, but still people are able to see in here. So that part's kind of a bummer, but I guess all in all, I would still rather have the windows. I like being able to see out. It makes it look bigger, makes it feel more spacious. Let's see here. Oh, the other positive thing to this, there is a negative to it too, is this is all fiberglass, and that is extremely heavy. But the other side is it's easy to repair, it's easy to paint. There's no leaks really. For the most part, it's pretty hard for it to have any kind of a leak. And if it did, it's a very easy thing to patch. So we did get a few more stickers on here in the back. That was kind of cool. So yeah, that kind of rolls this thing. Now, again, this thing is, it's a gas cap with a key. Pain in the ass, but the positive is you never can have anybody dump some crap in there unless they forcefully get that. I had that happen on my first school bus. Somebody dumped a bunch of gravel inside the tank. It was a place I bought it from. It was a school, and come to find out, the whole bottom of the tank was full of gravel because they didn't have the lock cap on there, which they should have. And this was a church bus, and maybe it was something else that, they were protecting it so nobody could dump some junk in there. Now, let's see here. Oh, the other thing is it's got a heck of an air conditioning unit. Just needs to be recharged. But the negative is it's something to catch on going through a back road, trying to get, to a river or something like that, and getting hung up with that. It does have all new tires on it, so that part's really good. We'll close that up. I got a couple little drips here, not sure what it is. I got to get in there and look and see what the heck's going on, but something's got a little bit of a leak, but we'll get to it when we get to Michigan and stuff. So that's kind of the positive and negatives. I do like these windows here. These are great because you can really see out when you're driving, and you know, you're able to see kind of down in there. It does have great mirrors on it. I like the mirrors a lot. They stick out enough, and the little small ones can catch the blind spots, so that part's really good. Not a bad chair. It'd be nice to have an air ride chair and actually run it off that pump, so you could put an air ride chair in there. Could happen down the road. But that's just kind of the pluses and minuses of the old white elephant. And you know, you be the judge of it. But all in all, if you were running this as a you know, a 1 to 10 scale, I would say this is right up there about an 8.5. It's really a great unit, all in all. It's just got a few things that, you know, there's nothing perfect. That's just how it is. There's just nothing that's perfect. You know, if you run a smaller unit, you don't have any space. You know, there's just pluses and minuses to all these things. So, you know, don't be afraid of, don't be, you know, if you're going to get a van or you're going to get something to live in and make this kind of a lifestyle or something like that, you know, don't go down through the checklist and just say it's got to have this, got to have this, got to have this, got to have this, got to have this. Maybe you want 4 things that it must have, but you're just not going to get all that. Out of all the 10, you're not going to get all that checklist filled. I don't think. I think it's pretty difficult to do. So, all right, guys, I'll try and get this edited and put up for you, and maybe this will help you a little bit and kind of give you an idea of what you know, what it is. And you know, this is an 89. You know, it's very old, but it just never got any use. You know, they kind of like a lot of these older motorhomes and stuff of that nature. They sat in a church, or they sat in a place or whatever, and they just didn't get that much use. Maybe once a month, you know, and they just didn't get the miles pounded on them at all. And most of the time, they were pretty well taken care of. So, all right, guys, thanks for subscribing. Peace out.